2016 Shasta Oasis 18BH. This past week was our 1-year anniversary of buying this, so I thought, well, I'll do a little walkthrough video of it and give my impressions after a year of camping with it. So this is a 16 model. For 17, they changed the color scheme on it. It's all where this is a white with a gold down on the bottom half. The new ones are kind of a cream tannish looking color. Totally different. There's no separation. It's all just one solid color. Even the door and the luggage hatch there is also the tan. So if you like tan, look for a new 17. There are some 17s that are still this combo. They change a color scheme on them late in 17 models, that is, even though it's early in 17. So we'll just start out here and see where we go. So like I said, we bought this right at a year ago this past week. No real major issues with it. We did have to take it back for a couple of service issues, but it was nothing structural or anything like that, just a few little nuisance problems. All fixed, all good, ready to go for this season. Now on this one, on this 16, right at about a year ago, Shasta changed for the 18BH and 18FQ models the axle on here. So basically what they did, they had I believe about a 3,500 pound axle on it. And well, what they did is on the Shasta Flight, which is essentially a little bit upgraded model than this, but yet same floor plans, they decided that, hey, this is too heavy because now we've only got like 300 or 400 pounds of cargo capacity. So they upgraded the Flight to a heavier axle, which is now on a 15-inch rim. And I think the gross vehicle weight rating on the axle on this is around 4,700 some pounds. So instead of basically having a separate axle for the Oasis and the Flight, they just basically just put the same axle on the Oasis, which boosted the net cargo capacity on these from like around 500 up to 1,400 on them now. So that was a good upgrade. It increased the overall weight a couple hundred pounds, I think. This one, I believe ours is in the 3,300 pound range, and 21'9" from hitch to tail. Tow's really easy for a single axle. I don't need any kind of weight distribution hitch. This is my tow vehicle here, Yukon XL. So if you got something half ton, you're not really going to know it's back there. So I've got the awning stretched out. This is a 12-foot Solera awning, which, as you can see, it pretty much stretches the entire length of the camper before we have our little bullet nose taking effect there. So moving back to the back, one thing I like too, and you're going to find that in this floor plan that you're going to see here in a minute, umpteen manufacturers make this thing. I mean, there's probably 15 to 20 manufacturers that all use this floor plan that I can think of off the top of my head. So one thing I like that Shasta has done, they've given it this kind of radius rear end up here, this radius rough line, which is very cool. Most of them you'll see in this class and in this floor plan are going to be squared off there, and they even kind of bring it down into the bottom, where on most others it's going to just come straight down to a square. So nice little touch. It kind of separates the Oasis from just about everybody else. And once we get inside, I'll show you some other reasons why I think this, for this floor plan, sorry, it's early. I think this is probably just about anybody's best bet, especially if you're a big fan of storage. So moving up the front, we've got a very high diamond plate up here with a little utility light. And there's even some campers in this class, this little micro class, that don't even have diamond plate. And, you know, I'm not saying that I wouldn't buy one, but come on guys, it's like, it's just one of those things that everybody should be putting on there from now. So that's just my own opinion, what I know. Full through front passage storage. Sorry, I just walked into my rose bush. I'm filming this from my house, by the way, so. And as you can see, holy cow, we've got stuff in there. So yes, it's doing its job, holding our stuff. And moving over to this side, here's the other pass-through. 6-gallon DSI water heater, 18 kBTU furnace, and these are all your basic water connections, city water and fresh water. Nice tinted windows. You cannot see inside when it's daytime in this thing either. So both satellite and cable hookup. And your storage unit for your sewer hoses back here. Now Shasta on this does not, the spare tire is an option. You know, honestly, if a dealer doesn't put one of these things on their lot with a spare tire, I honestly go somewhere else, because you know what, they don't care about your safety. So that's just my opinion. So anyway, look for a spare tire, because that is an option. So if it doesn't have one, you can get one, but like I said, find another dealer that options it in, because they care about you. One thing I've done in the past year is I've upgraded the taillights to LED, and these are the exact same lenses, fixtures, and everything that were on it, except in an incandescent bulb. But I decided to go LED because they're just a lot brighter and never have to really probably worry about these things burning out. So I did that last year. That was one of the upgrades I've done. And hopefully this summer I'm probably going to change out all the clearance lights to LED too, because I need something to do. So one other thing on the outside that I've upgraded was the little chrome plastic center hub thing there. So on my list of stuff this year is to try to find some chrome rings that'll fit on there too. So, you know, I can't get aluminum rims on this thing, but hey, chrome rims and a chrome center, that's just as close. So, and let's see. Okay, so moving on inside, got our single safety stuff here. And here we are inside. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Let me go back outside. They use on here a friction hinge door, which is becoming very popular in the market. It's either usually a strut or friction hinge. So, and I've never had an issue in this year of camping where that wind has caught that and took it into my awning or anything. So all's good there. So that's one of the features on there. And moving back inside. Alright, so here we are on the inside. Now for you folks watching this video who have been looking for this floor plan, you pretty much know that this is just like all the others. Your basics. You got a bed that goes perpendicular here, you've got a dinette, 2 bunks, kitchen area with stove, and a bathroom back here. Usually this will come with either a tub or like a smaller low rise tub type thing. So it's basically a RV queen, which is 60 by 74. I'm about 5'10". Yeah, my feet do tend to hang over the side, but hey, you know, it's camping. You got to rough it a little bit. Up top is kind of where we keep our bags, which is really good area up here. It's not a shelf, it's actual cabinets, because some in this class, in this floor plan, are different. Some you'll have like over here, you'll have like a wardrobe, and then up top here, you're just going to have a shelf. This works out good, because if 2 people are sleeping in this bed, that guy, i.e. me, basically has to crawl out this way at night and into the bathroom. But if you've got that wardrobe sitting right here, you got to crawl over your spouse or significant other and wake them up and make them irritable and cranky. And, you know, we're not supposed to be irritable and cranky when we camp. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at this floor plan, whether you get a Shasta or not. Just remember little touches like that. It's like you've got really more storage up here than you would if you had that wardrobe over here. So, and plus underneath, and this is hard because they don't put the struts on these on the bed, but you can store stuff underneath here, underneath the bed. However, we have never used it because there's just no need with all the storage this thing comes with. One thing though, too, on the Shasta Oasis 18BH, this is an 8-foot wide chassis, to where I would say the majority in this class are 7 or 7.5 at best. There are very few that go with an 8-foot wide. I know Summerland is one that does, as we looked at one of those. But if you looked at like a Wolf Pup, a Palomini, even the Winnebago Micro Mini is 7 wide. And guess what? Where they take that foot out, they take it right out of this dinette right here, which ain't cool because you've got a bunk here, 2 people up here. So you've got, if you've looked at those, you know what I mean. If you lost this foot over here, you've essentially got a dinette that's going to fit 2 adults, and that's it. So one thing that I know a few manufacturers have started to do on the 7-foot wide bodies is right over here, they put the dinette and a slide out. So that way it gives you the opportunity to seat 4 people, and sometimes even more than that if it's a U-shape, and still keep that 7-foot wide platform. However, that's going to increase your weight a little bit, so that's something else to bear in mind. So, like I said, this particular unit here weighs in the 3,200 to 3,300 pound range. Easily half-ton towable. Minivan towable, probably not, because you're looking at most of your minivans are going to be about 3,500 pounds. So, if that is a factor, if that's what you're hauling with, well, you might have to sacrifice and go with one of those lighter weight 7-foot wide units. So, okay, looking at the kitchen here, we have our 3 cubic foot Dometic fridge freezer, and this is just your basic stuff right here. And I have seen some in this floor plan have like a cabinet right there, and then over here they've got like a 6 cubic foot fridge. This is a weekend camper. You don't need a 6 foot cubic fridge for a 3 days out at the state park. Come on. But hey, if you need to, go for it. Under here, we have got some more storage under here. This is usually where I'll keep my poles for the table. And then back in there is our water pump. And also this comes with a winterization kit too. So that is standard on the Oasis. And I'll get into more details about the 17 models and what few things they offer. Under here is our converter, hot water heaters under there too. So there's really no room for storage under that area. Back up in here, we've got storage going back that way. Storage back there, and a little bit right down there, because right over in here is where your wheel well is. So that's limited, so that's where we keep like the brooms and the little space heater and that. And 3 burner Atwood stove, which really I think they could have got by with one of those 2 burner Dometic type, and then give you a little bit, either a bigger sink or just more prep space. But honestly, if you look at all this prep space, here's a normal laptop of mine. I mean, you can see what we're looking at here with all this space. I mean, my wife usually puts her Keurig here, and we got a little fake plant we put here and a few other things, but there's more than enough room on this, which is very cool. Because you see, you don't have this much room on models that are, I've seen some like 29 footers that don't have this kind of kitchen space. They kill you with the double sink and don't give you any room to do anything with. Up here we've got some more storage, which goes all the way back into there. And back up in here. Again, my wife is big into her 31 bags. It's a little messy right now, but still. But that goes all the way to the outside wall, as does this one. 2 full extension drawers here. Real wood. So those are nice and deep, as you can see. I'll stand this way. So see, there's good storage in here. Construction-wise, this is your basic wood frame, aluminum skin trailer, 5/8 inch tongue groove plywood on the floor, with a, I believe this is a Congolium flooring on top of it. R7 insulation on the sidewalls, roof, and floor. 3/8 inch walkable deck. The whole typical 9 yards, 12-year warranty on the rubber roof. Back here on the bunk beds, this is where our 2 little grand monsters. Well, this one, our youngest grandson's not even 2 yet, so this will probably be his bed. Maybe the older ones, I don't know. It depends on who wants to fight for the window. So yeah, that's one thing that you sacrifice with this model too, is you only get the one window down on the lower bunk. You don't get one up here, which some models do if that's a big concern. Now, one of the many things that this offers that others don't on the bunks are these storage cubbies back here. That's essentially the size of it right there, but it's a good, I don't know, probably about a foot and a half deep there. And a year ago, when we were looking to replace our 29-foot bunkhouse, let me just wedge back in here. So you can see it goes there and even up there. So you can, this is where my grandson Jameson stores his Lightning McQueen luggage. And the Shasta Oasis 18BH, folks, this is the only one that offers anything like that. Every model in this floor plan you're going to look at, you're going to see just a solid wall there and no room to put anything. That is one of the big reasons. Basically, storage is the big reason that we bought this thing. All other things being equal, yeah, there were some that had a little bit better features, but when it comes down to it, it's like it was all about the storage. And you know, that's why this thing's been sitting in our driveway for the last year with good results. But if you do need more storage underneath here, there is room back in here underneath the bottom bunk. And if I can get that shot, there we go. And moving on to the bathroom. Again, this is another area where nobody else in this class, in this floor plan, gives you this. Nobody, I challenge you to find anybody in this floor plan that gives you this cabinet back here. This cabinet is the same depth, about a foot or so deep. It starts right here and goes all, and you can't even see, barely see it, all the way to the exterior wall on that side. Nobody gives you this storage in this class anywhere. Trust me, it's true. Our little homage to a old school Shasta there. Typical bath vent. This is going to be changed out soon. I'm going to get like a Max Air style heavier volume vent, so that way we can actually get some airflow through here when we have the windows open, because this thing, as you know, these bathroom vents don't really do anything, so I don't know why they bother. I just rather them just like tack $300 onto the price and just put a Max Air in there, but you know, that service department's going to get my business soon, so whatever. So here's our tub. Like I said, some of these don't come with a tub. It's basically a low profile tub that goes down to here. So if you got kids that need to take a bath, this is good. Because, you know, little kids like ours are almost 2 and 5 years old. They don't like to take showers yet. So it is a bath world. Looking up top, 13.5 BTU Coleman Mach AC unit rooftop, and it's very good for this size trailer. The box on this is about an 18 foot. So it's not ducted. I think on the Shasta website it mentions, but you can get a ducted AC and upgrade to a 15K BTU, but I don't know why you'd have to, because this thing's so small. It's not even worth it, really, because there's nothing to really impede any airflow with the AC. There's no big walls in here or anything, so you should be good there. But that is the biggest thing on the Shasta, is the storage. Like I said, if you're looking at this model, it's well worth looking into. These things are an entry level, well built. You know, they're solid I-beam frame. You know, it's solid. You know, it doesn't have a radio and all that. It does have an electric awning. Now, on the 2017s, though, you do have a few options. Now, most of your 2016s, the light fixtures were incandescent. Now, just the past couple of days, I have changed out the incandescent fixture and replaced it with these LEDs. And what that means is you're going from lights that are drawing about more than 2.5 amps down to 0.6, and that's on these doubles. There's 5 doubles and then 4 of the singles in the trailer, so there's 9 light fixtures altogether. So I changed all of them out. I got them through Amazon. They're Optronics brand, and like I said, it's the same brand that I took out, the same shape. The holes were the same, so I didn't have to drill new holes or anything. It's a direct fit. Just basically have to screw your wires together with a connector and screw your fixture back up, and you're good to go. And what this did is it really brightened it up. I mean, not only are these things using less energy, they're brighter than the incandescent. I believe it's a 921 light bulb. And if any of you have had those, you know how hot to the touch those things get. I mean, this is just barely warm right here, lukewarm at that. So it was like shipping on all 9 of them was like $98 from Amazon, and it was well worth the money, because now we've never boondocked, but not to say we won't here this year a time or two. And so this is going to definitely save the battery for a 3 or 4 day weekend just by having these in here. So well worth the money. Back to the 2017s that are out. Something else that they're doing now is offering a wireless backup camera prep, which would go on the back exterior wall of the unit. So they're offering a prep for that. They're not actually throwing in the camera or anything, but if you want to get one, you've got the prep for it. They also have a prep for solar as well. So if you want to put get like a solar charge for your battery, like a trickle charge, you'll have an access point for that now too. But that's on the 2017s. And so what else am I missing here? We do have an antenna here. So we do have, that's your typical old school crank up style. And then back over here, we've got our outlets up here. You can put right over in here, you could put a backer. They don't have a backer label on here, but since this is right here, I'm assuming that's the only place you can really put a TV, unless you put it down here on this ledge here, which is basically underneath that's your exterior storage. So you could pretty much put a TV right about here where we have this picture, but we don't really watch too much TV. I mean, if the kids are here and it's raining or something, we can just put some videos on the computer, so that's not a big deal. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm sure there's stuff that I'm missing, but hey, I'm already 24 minutes in this thing, so I challenge you to find a longer video on not only this model, but any model in this class with this floor plan. But yeah, this is a good trailer. I know I'm on a Facebook page. Oh, where'd that come from? Huh. Visit me later. With on Facebook, there's a Shasta owners group, and there are like 3 or 4, there's like not even 50 people on this group, and like 3 or 4 of them had this very floor plan. So it's very popular. Like I said, it's well built. These things, I mean, granted, if you're out on the West Coast, they'd probably run a little higher. But if you're around the Midwest where they're built, and these are built up in Middlebury, Indiana, if you're in the Midwest somewhere, you can get a hold of one of these for, I know the dealer where I got mine, which is Mount Comfort RV in Indianapolis, they're selling 2017s right now for less than $13,000 at the time of this. So they're very affordable, and quality-wise, it's solid. No complaints with the structure. You know, I'm on my 5th trailer right now, and this is the only one, knock on wood, that I have not had a leak issue with. We have always bought new, and sure enough, all 4 of the previous trailers leaked at some point. So this one, and we have had, this thing has been in some downpours, so I have always made a point of coming out and checking underneath every crevice and corner and crack, and nothing, dry as a bone. So, and ironically, this is I think this is the cheapest trailer we've had, least expensive, not cheap, least expensive trailer we've ever had. So you know, like I said, the build quality is pretty good. It's a good weekend camper. Take the kids out. You know, they also make this in a more of a couples camper. It's a lot different. You can look up a Oasis 18FQ and see what I mean there. So, but it's about the same length. But like I said, this one's 21 feet 9 from hitch to tail, single axle, got about a 1,400 pound cargo capacity on it, and just a good trailer. You know, I can't complain. It's done what we asked for it. So, and so there you go. That is a look and year-end review of the 2016 Shasta Oasis 18BH. And I will be doing a write-up on my blog, smalltrailerenthusiast.com. And I'll be doing kind of a year-end review blog post, and I'll be sure and link this to it. And that way you can, if you pull up this video, you can also read a little bit about a little bit more and a few more camping pictures and stuff. So that is about it, folks. So like I said, if you're looking for one of these, you know, very affordable, and like I said, it's solid, nice heavy axle. I don't think any of them that I've seen, I do not believe are on this heavy of an axle either, which is going to increase your cargo capacity. So that is about it. And if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments section. I'll be more than happy to answer away. Thanks.